Introduction. Slavery, an institution that dates back thousands of years, involves the ownership of individuals as property and their forced labor. It has taken various forms across civilizations and eras, leaving a lasting impact on societies. From the ancient world to the modern era, the story of slavery is one of oppression, resistance, and gradual change. Ancient slavery. In ancient civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Greece, slavery was an integral part of the social and economic structure. Slaves performed diverse tasks, from agricultural work to household chores. The idea of ownership of humans as property was deeply ingrained in these societies. Transatlantic slave trade. The most infamous form of slavery emerged during the transatlantic slave trade, where millions of Africans were forcibly transported to the Americas from the 16th to the 19th century. European powers profited immensely from this trade, subjecting slaves to brutal conditions on plantations. Abolition movements. The 18th and 19th centuries witnessed the rise of abolition movements. Activists like William Wilberforce and Harriet Tubman fought against slavery's moral and ethical injustices. The Underground Railroad and legal changes in various countries gradually led to the abolition of slavery. While slavery was legally abolished, its remnants persisted. Former slaves faced discrimination, limited opportunities, and systemic racism. The struggle for equality and civil rights gained momentum, with figures like Martin Luther King Jr. leading the charge. Modern forms of slavery. Child labor. Kids are made to work long hours instead of going to school. They work in dangerous conditions, like in mines or on farms. Sex trafficking. Some people, mainly girls and women, are forced into selling their bodies for sex. They are controlled by others and can't leave the situation. Forced labor. Workers are coerced or threatened to work against their will, often without the ability to leave their job. Debt bondage. Employees are trapped in a cycle of debt, and their wages are so low that they cannot realistically pay off their debts, making them effectively bound to their job. Horrendous conditions. Workers might be subjected to unsafe, unsanitary, or otherwise dangerous working conditions, with little regard for their well-being. Isolation. Employees might be isolated from the outside world, preventing them from seeking help or communicating with others. Confiscation of documents. Employers might take away identification or travel documents, making it difficult for workers to leave their job or even the premises. Physical or verbal abuse. Workers might face physical violence or verbal abuse, creating an environment of fear and intimidation. Lack of pay or underpayment. Workers might not receive proper wages or might not be paid at all for their work. Human trafficking. In some cases, workers are recruited under false pretenses and then forced to work under exploitative conditions. Global efforts to eradicate slavery. International organizations like the United Nations have made strides in combating modern slavery. The UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the 2016 Modern Slavery Act in the UK are examples of efforts to raise awareness, enforce regulations, and provide assistance to victims. Businesses play a significant role in the fight against slavery. Many companies have started to scrutinize their supply chains, seeking to eliminate forced labor and exploitation. Conclusion. The story of slavery spans centuries, evolving from ancient civilizations to the modern world. While progress has been made, slavery's echoes still resonate in today's society. By learning from history, raising awareness, and working together, humanity strives to break the chains of slavery once and for all.